Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. So in my previous video, I have shown how to do the initial setup of the fiducias, calibration fiducias, and also some of the drivers. I worked around them and walked through them. And then now in this video, we're going to talk about the calibrations, the camera calibrations, because this is like also very important ones. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna home the machine. So you can see actually the machine is homed, and then we want to calibrate the top camera, and then let's see how it goes. Okay, so the machine is homed. So you see last time we are actually doing the primary calibration fiducia setup, and now it's actually picking up the position. So what we need to do now is basically, and we also do the last time the backlash compensation. So then they give us the good starting point to this advanced calibration. So last time we also have set up the work plane Z that was by the issue resolution of N1 and 2. So now let's do the calibration. You can see here 7.9 is basically for the primary one, and then we have also 1.9 for the secondary one. So let's start the calibration. When you start the calibration, you will see actually the image has been tilted a little bit. That's because it actually removes the previous advanced calibration parameters. So now we just select next. So you see it actually identifies the circle. So if it's like for you, if it's too big or too small, you can adjust it. You see it will be changed. Make sure it's actually circle around the dots, and then you can start the calibration. So with this calibration, it's actually doing like a lot of collecting a lot of points from different angles. And then in the background, there is an algorithm to basically calculate the camera's parameter. And then basically make sure that after advanced calibration, it will be the camera will be rotated to the correct position. So it's like horizontal. It will be horizontal and parallel. It will be there will be no like rotation angle of the camera. So this process usually takes quite some time. Depend on your camera's shuttering time. So this will be either pretty fast or it will also take quite some time. Usually it's a couple of minutes, and let's just wait for it to finish. So the first one, actually when it's calibrating, it calibrate two levels. One is the primary level, and then the next one is the secondary level. And the primary level usually it should be the same as the PCB surface. So in this way, it will be much more accurate, because when you place the PCB in different surface, different level, then you need to kind of compensate, use the calculation to figure out on different level what was the positions of your components, and that sometimes could could bring in some deviations. Right now, it's just wait for it to finish. One thing to mention is that actually I have made a first batch this time. But if later you see on my website, if there is like running out back order, then you can also back order. But then I will make a second batch, which is the lead time is about 6 weeks. So yeah. And I actually put it here. So in here, actually, I have put it here in my website. So yeah, you can actually see the information here. Yep. Okay, let's go back to the software. So okay, now you see actually go to the secondary fiducia, and here you see the circle is a little bit bigger, so we need to adjust it to small, and then it's a stable here, stabilize here, and then we can do the calibration for the secondary fiducia. And then it's basically going through the same process, and then after the calibration, you should see actually the camera being rotated correctly, and this should be vertical. So of course, one thing you can do also, you can screw unscrew this screw. So basically adjust the camera rotation and then screw in just to make sure it's even more aligned. So, and in here I'm using basically the small USB camera. So if you don't like the camera, you can also replace the camera here. Just to use some other camera, but you need to make sure that it has enough space on the side so that it doesn't really affecting those two nozzles. Okay, so the calibration is done, then it will ask you to home, and then we just let it home again, and then it should apply with the new parameters, and then we should be able to see it actually home, find the primary fiducia using the new set of parameters. And then you can see also here becoming like a vertical because then it actually rotate the camera to the correct position. So this is what you should see. And then also when you go down here to the basically to the calibration result, you will see then the unit per pixels, um, mounting head offsets and stuff like that. And then it's like estimate locating accuracy. Then you can see here it's like 22 micrometers. And then also you will be able to see the errors. Errors is like x-axis is like how many steps, and then per step how was the error of the let's say position. So basically the position the error is like when it moves to a certain location, the machine knows where it moves, and then the camera detects where the dot actually is, and then based on that you can calculate the error. And here you can see what was the error. Yeah, that was the advanced camera calibration. And then in the next video, we're gonna talk about the button camera calibration. Okay, then see you next time.